This week on Wildcat News, the Wildcats are all in this together.
The annual Strawberry Festival takes place in Garner.
And William Shakespeare is celebrated.
All these stories and more coming up because Wildcat News starts now.
Good morning, West Johnston. I'm Erik Beene.
And I'm Anastasia Lonesky. It's time again for the annual musical. Jamie Snover gives us a behind-the-scenes look for this year's production of Disney's High School Musical.
It's show week for the cast of High School Musical, and after months of rehearsal, senior Jessica Ford and junior Weston Butcher are ready to take the stage.
When I found out that I got the role, I was really excited. We had to wait like a weekend or so, like after the auditions, and they put it up on a piece of paper right outside the band room, and I saw it and I was like shaking.
It was pretty crazy at first because like I've never been in a musical or anything like that, so it was my first time doing anything in front of people, so I was really excited though because I was a lead role.
The directors include Philip Franklin, Amy Rowe, Forrest Wilson, and Cherry Crabtree.
It takes a lot of talent from each person, and everyone, you know, we all have our different ideas of how it should happen, but you all have to come together and collaborate to create the show.
To Ford, performing in the musical is a learning experience.
What I'll take away from this experience is you just learn a lot of stuff. Like, you're a completely different person on stage than you are in real life, so you kind of learn how other people think almost, and so you just get a lot of different perspectives. So I can see how other people think now. Butcher and Ford had to overcome personal obstacles in order to perform.
I can't imagine, you know, 670, however many people are going to be in here, but being on stage is just really scary because you look out and you just see all the seats and imagine them all full. So it's really terrifying right now, but it's really exhilarating. You have a lot of fun doing it, a big adrenaline pump.
The biggest obstacle is you have to remember so much stuff, like the songs and the choreography and the blocking, and it's a lot, but I mean, it's really fun, so I would do it over and over again if I could.
The shows are Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 7 p.m. I'm Jamie Snover, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Jamie. Tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for students.
Anastasia, do you know why I love the month of April?
Is it because it's your birthday this month?
Well, yes, and it's also the beginning of strawberry season.
I do like strawberries. Ariel Andrews reports on this year's Strawberry Festival.
Last Saturday, the Greater Cleveland Chamber of Commerce held the annual Strawberry Festival off of Highway 42. The festival showcased the area's charm and local produce.
It's been going on for at least 12 years now. As an owner of a business here locally, I've been participating in it for the last 10 years. Like I said, a very, very popular event for this community. It's been very, very, well received, and we have probably upwards of 30 to 40,000 people that come through on an annual basis to see this festival. We have multiple vendors, businesses that are in the community, and as well as a lot of outside individual members that come in and with their arts and their crafts, and then we have a lot of food and rides and whatnot. So,
Sophomore Natasha Romanzak volunteered at the festival to help raise money for the marching band.
It reminded me of the fair because of the smell from the food, the funnel cake, the meat. It has things that you can't buy like at Walmart. It helps small businesses get out and get money for themselves, and it just brings a lot of people together.
I'm Ariel Andrews, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Ariel.
Key Club is doing some spring cleaning of sorts. Their most recent project is renovating the courtyard.
We wanted to definitely showcase our courtyard at West since it definitely needed improvement. We thought flowers and a variety of bushes would definitely liven it up. We're a community service club, and we do try to get out into the community, but we also realize that a lot of members, they can't drive, and this would be a great opportunity for them to be able to just stay after school and help their community.
Students from FCCLA and civics classes also joined in on the project. Parker Bryant decided to volunteer based on her past experiences gardening.
I'm a part of this because it's just really pretty to watch them grow and plant them. It's really fun.
It can be hard at times out in the sun and, digging holes, but overall it's a lot of fun seeing, beautiful flowers, and that you were part of that.
Bryant and Herrera hope that by completing this project, they can leave a lasting impact on the school.
When I become a senior and I try to come out here to eat lunch, it's going to be really pretty.
Our courtyard represents part of our school, and it's important that it looks exactly how lively and diverse our students are and how productive of a school we are.
Anastasia, I think I'm a little behind on sports.
Well, then it's a good thing Chase Faircloth is here now with the rundown.
I'm Chase Faircloth, and welcome to the Rundown. Here's last week's scores. Last Wednesday, soccer won 7-0. Thursday, varsity baseball won 8-1. JV lost 14-11. Varsity softball won 4-1. JV won 8-1. And Monday, soccer won 5-0. Now here's a look at the game of the week. Monday, varsity women's soccer played Harnett Central, winning 5-0. Here are some of the highlights. Victoria Thomas scores a goal in the beginning of the game to give the Wildcats a 1-0 lead. Taylor Dorsey scores a goal off an assist by Ashley Tucker. Robin Pollard had a hat trick, scoring once in the first half and twice in the second. Anastasia Lonesky sees how Brice Connors plans to win conference 4 years in a row.
I'll be the first person from West, and I think any other GNRC conference team to have a player go all conference all 4 years. I went all conference my freshman year, my sophomore year, my junior year, and I've pretty much got a lock on it for this year as well. So that's been a big honor, but I know that without my teammates pushing me, without my coaches pushing me, that wouldn't have been possible. So that's as much my accomplishment as it is theirs.
Although his teammates and coaches have pushed him to new heights, if it wasn't for his father, Connors may have never even picked up a club.
Golf's been a part of my life since I could walk. My dad put a golf club in my hand from a really young age, and we would take many trips to the golf course, and I would just try to imitate his golf swing, and from there it just grew.
Without the support of his friends and family, especially that of his late father, Connors believes he could never have been as successful.
Prior to my senior year, my dad passed away, and going into golf season, it was my senior year, and on top of that, you know, with his passing on top of it, I was really motivated to go play for more than just myself, play for him, and put up a good performance my senior year, because I know that there will be a day when I don't get to wear a West Johnston golf shirt anymore.
I'm Anastasia Lonesky, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Anna. Soccer is home Monday, baseball and softball is home on Friday. Come out and support all your spring athletes. I'm Chase Faircloth, and that's your week's rundown.
Thanks, Chase.
Centuries after his death, Shakespeare is still influencing modern English. Nick Reasor shares with us how the bard is being remembered on the anniversary of his death.
After 400 years, Shakespeare is still a vital part of the English language. On April 23rd, the world celebrated the anniversary of his death, and in the Raleigh Museum of History, it was celebrated by 5 days of non-stop Shakespeare readings that include every piece of work he ever wrote.
Shakespeare is about expressing things that could otherwise be expressed in very dull manner in a more elaborate, beautiful way. It makes it more beautiful, it makes it more terrifying. Everything is heightened. And what it does is it takes the mundane and elevates it to something much more meaningful to people who are watching it and to people who are speaking it.
4 centuries after the bard's death, Shakespeare is still profoundly impacting people's lives.
400 years later, we're still reading, we're still viewing him. So clearly, when he, back in his prime, I'm sure he had no idea he was going to do this, but this is the impact that he's left with us, that 400 years later, we're having museums put on events for him. So I think that shows his relevance to English and why we should read him and why we should experience him.
These 5 days highlight the importance of Shakespeare, which goes beyond the page.
I think it's reinforced to me how relevant the themes of Shakespeare are in our life, that they really are the major literary themes of the world: good versus evil, love, hate, greed, seeking power and glory. And it was a challenge to put this together. This is the first time the museum's ever done anything like this, so I consider it a bit of an adventure, something I think that the great man himself would appreciate, since he was such a pioneer to try so many new things himself. So I think he would applaud our attempts to honor his legacy here.
The event continues until 6 a.m. Thursday morning and is available 24 hours a day through a live stream on the North Carolina Museum of History website. I'm Nick Reasor, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Nick. Well, that's all for us this week. If you have any comments, questions, or story leads, email us at wjstudentmedia@gmail.com or send us a tweet at wjstudentmedia.
And if you want to watch Wildcat News at home, on the go, or catch up on some of our past episodes, go to wjstudentmedia.com or subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Erik Beene.
And I'm Anastasia Lonesky. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of the week.